But I do have a suggestion. I think there is a specific type of person that should go to war. I think that person is,
yes,
or persons,
no, I'm not,
are men that don't take care of their children. If you're not in your child's life and you're not taking care of your child, the least you could do is protect the country, right? Because if you don't have a kid to take care of, and you're not spending your time doing that, you have time to protect the country. I think we have like the runner up for recruits. It's dads that don't take care of their kids. I've got a couple I can like recommend. I need to be very clear. The dads that are taking care of their kids, please leave them. We need them. The kids need them. Leave us the daddies that take care of their kids. You got enough of them that don't. Take them. Okay? Thank you.
Trump, them niggas that don't take care of them kids, they said, come get them. They said, come line them up and come get them. And they're going to go to war with everybody else, and they want to be in the front row. I don't know if you heard them say that, but I heard them say that, and they told me to tell you that they ready to go to war.
The anger and the dislike a lot of these women have for men, it's just wild. It's wild. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, y'all just saw those first few videos. Here's a more detailed video of a woman saying, hey, well, listen, not just the deadbeats need to go in there, but let's look deeper into how a lot of these women feel about men.
Here's a list of people that I think that should be drafted for World War III, if there is one, which there shouldn't be. Let's get on the list. The first one is going to be pretty, expected if you follow me. DV perpetrators, because if you like to put hands on women, there's a spot for you in the military. All right, put them in the front line. Drafted. Any 5'9" man who owns a Nissan Altima or has owned one. Self-explanatory. Drafted. Any 5'9" man, because you can't be 6 foot. Drafted. Pedos, because we obviously don't need them at all. Frontline. Drafted. Oprah Winfrey. By Oprah. Drafted. Libra men. All of them. Drafted. Producers who aren't platinum producers. Because what are you doing with your life, alright? Drafted. People that force you to listen to their SoundCloud. Absolutely not. Drafted. Deadbeat dads. Drafted. Frontline. What are you doing? Ronnie Radke. Because he needs to be stopped. He's just allowed to do whatever he wants. Gone. Drafted. Frontline. My ex-mother-in-law. Because she be fighting wars with them roaches in her house. She could be an asset to the military. Drafted. Women who beat men. Definitely drafted. CPS workers. Because most of y'all are annoying. And just awful. Drafted. Men who hate gay people because they're in the closet. Drafted. They're just mad because they can't get their booty hole violated and talk about it. Okay? Anyone with a mullet. Drafted. Gone. Alright. I gotta go because my mother's watching my daughter while I make this video. And she sounds mad, so thank you. I hope you all agree. Have a good day. Unless you're anyone on that list.
So, I mean, we're going to just throw men who are 5'9", something that they can't even help. We're just going to throw them in the fire. And your only response to that is, well, I mean, you can't be 6 foot. Well, man, you can't have what you have on your face. You really can't, right? At least the one thing about it is a man who is 5'9", he can't help that. But you can help with how you look, sis. And if we're being technical, you need to be the main one drafted. You need to be the main one drafted. You shouldn't even get a negotiation. You should not even get a negotiation, because people who look like that and act like that, need to bounce. They need to go ahead and go fight for war. Secondly, the fact that she wants to bring up that, hey, well, men who put hands on women, they should definitely be on the front lines, right? Because DV is so big. But if y'all ever look at it, right, because she will be the prime example. When you look at your lesbian relationships, 70% of your women constantly put hands on each other day in and day out. Your lesbian relationships are worse than your heterosexual relationships. So by default and by your logic, your women will be the first ones drafted. If you're going to put DV in there, your women are going to have to go, because your men aren't the main ones jumping into your relationship putting hands on women. Your women are jumping in relationships with other women putting hands on them. And then on top of that, are we ever going to acknowledge the fact that a lot of your guys retaliate because what women are doing, putting hands on men, while men can't even put hands back on them? But hey, guess what? A man is going to retaliate, but we're not going to focus on those women. We're just going to try to give them a pass and just throw the man in there because we just dislike the man, right? And then you want to bring up deadbeat fathers, right? We always want to bring up deadbeat fathers. The biggest question to ask when it comes down to these deadbeat fathers, quote unquote, is what is your idea? You have to ask them, what is their idea of a deadbeat father? Right? Because once again, in this day and age, a lot of your people are changing words to fit their arguments. Prime example, when you talk about, when you tell a woman, hey, you should not want to dress all kinds of way because you don't want other men to look at you differently and take advantage of you. They will then turn around and say, well, no, that's you over here trying to police me. Ma'am, nobody's trying to police you. Nobody's trying to police you. We're just simply saying, look out for your own safety. When you look at the word homophobia, you could simply say, I just don't agree with that lifestyle. I don't have anything against them. You can easily say that, but they will still say that comes from a place of homophobia. Like how? How? But this is our society today. They just want to change words to fit their box. So you got to ask what constitutes as a deadbeat. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of them, the man doesn't even want to be in the woman's life. They will automatically say, deadbeat. A woman can do everything in her power because we see it on a daily. She's trying to keep the man away from the child. We will still constitute that man as a deadbeat. You can't. You can't. If he's going out his way to try to make sure that he's in his child's life and the mother's doing everything she can to keep him away, once again, every man has a breaking point. So if a man's saying, man, I don't even want to deal with this no more, now all of a sudden he's a deadbeat. How? So that's why I say you got to ask, well, what constitutes as a deadbeat? You just can't allow a woman to come up with the term deadbeat and let them dictate what it is because they don't even know what it is. A deadbeat is a man who does not want to take care of his child, period. If you have a man who wants to take care of his child and he just says he gives up because you have a woman in the courts doing everything they can to keep the man away from the child, but he's not a deadbeat. And you're going to have some guys who doesn't really even want to be in a child's life at all. They don't care, man. If you don't talk to them, they don't care about none of that. They don't want to be in that child's life at all. Then that is somewhat understandable. But if that is the case, what about the women who give children up for adoption? They remove all of the rights of being a parent. Are these women not meant to be put in the draft as well? Once again, this is where your double standards come into play. This is where your women try to get over on men. You just can't do that. We're not going to be able to allow that to happen. So if a man can't remove his rights of wanting to be a father, a woman can't either. And if we're going to have to put him in the draft, then you need to find every last woman who put their child up for adoption. You need to go ahead and put them on the front lines as well. But nobody's going to want to talk about that. I mean, look at the comments. Somebody says, what about the woman that used their sons as a weapon? Should we send them to Iraq too? Then somebody else says, should have picked the right baby father. Blame yourself. Then somebody else says, y'all drafted them first. Take responsibility. Then somebody else responds and says, where do we send women who can't cook? Yeah, that's a good question. Then man 2 times says, draft a better father for your kids. Then D Wood Chronicles responds and says, what about the women who keep their kids away from their father? Does she get drafted also? That's my biggest question. That's my biggest question. Then somebody else responds and says, and bitter baby mamas that keep their kids from the dad. Then somebody else responds and says, so what do the moms that only spend money and have no jobs but stay posting on IG should go? Then somebody else says, add the woman that put fake allegations on men and we can call a spade a spade. But hey, this is the hypocrisy that a lot of you women are going to be able to throw out, right? They're going to try to absolve themselves from all accountability, no matter what. And that's the issue. That is the issue. That's what we're facing today. That's what we are facing today. So look, guys, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down below, what do y'all guys think?